Good morning and welcome to another episode of Fit Friday. I'm John Hughes and this is John's Morning Focus. Each Friday I've been sharing with you 3 of my most effective daily rituals, habits, or things that I picked up and put into place that make a huge difference for my physical health, my mental health, helping me to lose weight initially, keep it off, and just feel more vital and energetic. So here's 3 more, and the idea is that I would suggest researching them if you want to and testing them out. Give it 30 days and see if these also don't help you to have more energy, begin to shred those unwanted pounds, and just feel better overall. So tip number 1, what I do, I eat a style of food called ketogenic, and I've talked about that in some other videos, and I do it with a restricted period of eating called intermittent fasting. And fasting is nothing more than not eating. And what that means is that my last meal of the day is dinner when I get home, sometime around 6 or 6:30, and I don't eat again until the following day at about lunchtime, which for me is about 12:30, 12:45. So what that does is that gives me, if my math is right, about 17 or 18 hours where my body can digest all that I've put into it, burn through any sugar that's accumulated in my body, and begin to burn fat. And the mechanics of that, very simply, the way our body works is it preferentially burns any sugar in it before burning fat. So if you're always eating candy bars and breads, waffles, cookies, crackers, potatoes, any kind of food that breaks down into carbohydrates and sugar in your body is what the body is going to burn before it will even burn any fat. So if you're trying to lose weight, you can't if you're eating or accumulating or holding any sugars. So the best way to do that is not eat it in the first place. And then second, exercising will burn through that sugar. And finally, simply the period of not eating will help you to burn through that sugar and finally start tapping into the fat storages to burn off those unwanted pounds. So that's called intermittent fasting. Check that out. Give it a try. Now, it might be a little tough to skip breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, only in as much as being the first meal breaking your fast. You want to make sure that you're getting good nutrition when you do eat. But you don't have to eat at 6:30 in the morning or whenever you wake up. That's the food industry telling us so that we buy more of their crap in a box. So there you go, intermittent fasting. Try it from dinner time. Just don't eat again till you go to sleep. And even then, obviously, keep not eating. And then the next morning when you wake up, just try to push your first meal further and further back until you can get about 18 hours with no food. Okay, tip number 2. What I do is I go to the gym to work out with weights on 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, I will go with the intention only of relaxing my body using the dry sauna. That's the one that gets really hot. And I'll sit in there for 20 to 30 minutes. And I had to build up to that. Initially, 5 or 10 minutes would make me kind of feel a little queasy. And so I'd have to get out, and the next couple days I go back, and just by adding a minute at a time, I was able to build up to that. I can go for much further, but my schedule doesn't really allow it. Okay, the benefits of using the dry sauna. The best ones come from what are known as the Finnish, out of Finland, studies, where almost everybody seems to have a dry sauna, and they use it several times a week. And what they've found is that on an average of 19 minutes a day, strange number, but 4 to 7 times a week, men who did that regularly would actually have a 60% reduction of heart disease. That's better than any medication that's out there. And some of the things that a dry sauna will do, obviously you sweat like crazy, so you want to bring a towel, and you're sweating out toxins and heavy metals. You're also losing some electrolytes like your sodium, calcium, potassium, and magnesium. So you want to make sure that you're incorporating those in the rest of your diet to make sure you have enough of them. It's very relaxing. I practice breathing while I'm in there, in very deep in the lungs and then out very slowly after holding it. and then I'll hold my breath again before I inhale. And it's just very relaxing, and it loosens the muscles. It is known as a vasodilator, which means that it expands your blood vessels and just allows more oxygen to go throughout your body. So dry sauna, something I highly recommend. One more benefit of belonging to a gym, as I've said, LA Fitness has wonderful programs for just $29.99 a month, $1 a day. You can look like this. All right. So tip number 3 is going to the chiropractor as needed or regularly. I have gone to several chiropractors over the last dozen years periodically whenever I would get stiff or my back would hurt or I'd get one of those crinks in the neck or whatever. And I have a wonderful one now who works checking everything out, making sure my spine is in alignment and that all my joints and everything work properly. And he gives me great exercises that I can do to loosen things up, stay in balance, which as we get older is super important, because the thing that kills more older people is loss of balance and the impact of a fall and hospital stays after that. So if you can do things to maintain better balance, left and right, front and center, and keeping the shoulders square, wonderful thing to do. So chiropractor, whenever you feel aches and pains, great idea. Also, he helped me because of back issues that have developed throughout the years, and to prevent them from getting worse or happening anymore, he helped me to get a stand-up desk at my work, where he filled out the paperwork because I've got back issues, and that allows me to stand up more frequently. And I recommend that everybody use a stand-up desk, whether you can have it prescribed by your doctor or get it yourself. It makes a huge difference. So those are my 3 tips. Check out intermittent fasting, the use of a dry sauna regularly, and frequent visits to your chiropractor to make sure that you stay in balance and have exercises that will help you to stay in balance and loose and in proper posture. And I think that will make a huge difference in your life. So I thank you very much for joining me today. And I'd like you to share this with other people if you found it interesting, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell. Send your comments if you have any things you'd like me to check into or any comments about this. And have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much.